you tweet about it in TQ, you know what you're saying right now is going to get a little backlash. Like, people are up in arms that support it, and it just seems like, I think you nailed it on the head. People are turning a blind eye. A lot of his big name clients, they say nothing but great things, but when you look at it, it just seems very corrupt, mafia type. It's a lot of it seems like it's the freaking mafia, man. Is what it seems like.
It is, and just the fact that he went from being an informant, right, for the NYPD. What exactly was he informing on? Right? Did anybody ever take that into account? What was he informing on? He got pulled off of a plane on 9/11 before all that happened. Nobody talks about that stuff. And the people that do talk about it, they get hit with backlash left and right. And I get that, all right, face to face, he might be a great guy, right? When he's in your presence and he's, talking to you and dealing with you.
He's a gentleman. I've met him in person. He's a nice guy. Yeah. But
and that part, okay, great. I won't take that away from him. But when you look at his history, and I know people are like, oh, people deserve second chances to an extent, right? There's a definition, not a definition, but there's a distinction between a second chance and just turning your head and not paying attention to what actually happened. Even if you look at his clients, all of the Dagestani fighters, right? And this is something that Zadim definitely hit on, is that they're used as a recruiting tool for a lot of the terrorist groups in the Northern Caucasus regions of that whole area, right? Because all these kids look and they see Zabit Magomedov, they see Khabib, they see all these guys, and they're like, oh, I want to be like one of them. And so they use, and again, Khabib as an individual, as a person, as a fighter, he's one of my favorite fighters to watch. I'm a grappler. His grappling is second to none, right? But outside of MMA, the fact that he's, the friends that he keeps, his circle, it says a lot about you. The dictator from Chechnya.
Yes, and we've seen them go over there.
Yeah, Ramzan Kadyrov. He has Ramzan Kadyrov, who's known to throw homosexuals from buildings. And when they asked him about it, he rounded all the homosexuals up in Chechnya, had them all slaughtered in the street or tossed from buildings. And then when asked about it, he laughed. And he was like, you're going to ask me these type of questions? What is this? And then he goes, oh, there's no gays here. Like, come on. And he's one of Khabib's best friends. Or the Russian oligarch that Khabib got on the mic after one of his fights and said, hey, President Putin, let our brother go. This was the same guy, the oligarch, that was funding all of the fighters from AKA, right? So they were using embezzled money, billions of embezzled dollars to fund fighters from AKA. Who's the manager for all those fighters? Ali Abdelaziz, right? So, it all just goes in a circle, and it's just people are turning a blind eye left and right. And it's not just in the States, it's worldwide, every country that they fight in. It's now called Akhmat Fight Club. Akhmat Fighting Championships. It used to be, started with a Z. Damn it, I can't think of what it's called. The whole promotion, it's a Russian promotion that basically...
they have little children fight too, right? Like under...
They did, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So, but he basically bulldozed that promotion. I can't think of what it used to be called.
Is this the same people
it used to be Absolute Championship Berkut, ACB.
Oh, ACB, yes, with the eagle head. Yes.
But it's not ACB anymore. Now it's Akhmat.
Really?
Yeah, check that out.
Is it still on Fight Pass? Because ACB was on Fight Pass for a while.
They were for a while, and then I think they got pulled. But if you look up ACB right now, it's not the it's not Absolute Championship Berkut anymore.
And that's where Zabit came from. Zabit went from AC. Wow.
Yep.
How about that?
Right.
Shy Guy, stop. Also, was that the same people that kidnapped Fedor's daughter? Do you remember that?
That is the same people.
No way, right now. Can you explain to listeners, because I don't remember the full story, maybe you do, about that, which is crazy because, it's Fedor, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So the background is that, they wanted Fedor to come fight for their promotion, and Fedor said no. And so they went and kidnapped his daughter in an attempt to get him to fight for the promotion. So take it a step further, Vadim Finkelstein, the guy that runs M1 Global, the owner of M1 Global, he heard about it, and he's the one that intervened and helped to get Fedor's daughter back. He's also the same one that when Fedor was fighting for Pride, and he got like $100,000 to fight, and then his manager was like, here's your $10,000. Vadim is the one that had his manager's plane shot down shortly afterwards.
Whoa! I didn't hear that. What? Say that. What happened?
So back when Fedor was fighting for Pride,
yeah,
his initial manager, the payment or the purse was supposed to be like $100,000, maybe $150,000, and his manager only gave him like 10% of what the purse was supposed to be. But Fedor didn't know that. Fedor was just like, all right, cool, here's my 10 grand. Like, all right, let's go. And so Vadim was talking to Vadim because Fedor and Vadim are good friends. And he told him, how much he got paid or whatever. And Vadim found out, like, no, this is how much he was actually supposed to be getting paid. And then they found out that Fedor's original manager had been basically stealing from him. He'd been taking, 75, 80, 90% of his purses. So they had his plane shot down.
Wow. What? Like I just said, it's the freaking mafia, man. Like, this is crazy. And it's just so weird how nobody really talks about a lot of this. And if you do, like, I know fighters like Joe Giannetti. He wanted to fight Zabit. He got all these death threats in his DMs and this and that. And he trained with Khabib. And when he said in the last interview I did with him a couple weeks ago, said as soon as they found out I was training with Khabib, they were like, "Thank you, my brother," and like all that. And I have nothing against any culture, any race, any sexuality. Everyone's on their own path. Everyone's trying to figure this out in their own way, make sense of this all. And it just seems like we're still in the 1920s in some places. And in MMA, that's really scary and very alarming. And for fighters like you that are trying to keep it 100 and just do the right thing, and you get you can't be on cards because maybe you're talking about something or this and that. And it's scary, man. It's scary to be a fighter right now. And I